funny, please
They went
do.
through this phase where they called me Poo Poo Papa. I said it.
You said it.
Now you know why I'm dead. I have waited very long for people to kind of accept me as a man, accept me in an aggressive, kind of more manly, more like, in your face kind of a harder character, because I was usually told that I should do softer roles because I have a boyish. जो अच्छा लगता है, जो मुझे लगता है relevant है, मैं उसको absorb कर लेता हूँ. जो मुझे लगता है थोड़ा preconceived है, या शांड पट्टी में एक comment मारने वाला angle है, उसको मैं इज्जत से बोलता हूँ ठीक है ब्रो. क्योंकि काफ़ी लोग ना, काफ़ी सारे रिव्यूअर्स जो हैं उनको भी पॉपुलैरिटी चाहिए, ठीक है. तो पॉपुलैरिटी के चक्कर में ना, जब आप थोड़ी सी ऐसे स्पाइसी बातें करो ना, तो वो तो पता है मुझे कि लोग तो वेट कर रहे हैं कुछ नेगेटिव बोलने के लिए. तो वो अगर आप सोच लो कि यार वो है, उसके बीच में अगर कोई लोग अच्छा भी बोल देते हैं तो आपको लगता है यार ये तो कुछ अच्छा कर लिया हम लोगों ने. 10 में से 5-6 कमेंट पॉजिटिव आ गए यार, ये तो कमाल, वी हैव किल्ड इट. व्हेन आई वाज डूइंग कबीर सिंह, संदीप came to me and he told me, he said, Shahid, when you get angry sometimes you keep your eyes open and you don't blink sometimes because you're so intensely kind of, and he said that I've seen you do that in Udta Punjab, let's try and avoid it in this film. And I think it was the best thing that he said to me. Right now my kids are fans of cricketers, okay? So it's Surya Kumar Yadav and Virat Kohli, so they are fanboying, especially Zain is fanboying them right now, and I'm loving it because that's, it's normal. Like even when I was a kid, I was a huge fan of cricket and of cricket players, so I'm like, हाँ, इसके अंदर मेरा खून है, इसे भी cricket अच्छा लग रहा है.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. My guest today is extremely talented, also someone who's fearless. He actually loves doing crazy things, and which is why he continues to make such choices. I'm talking about, of course, the very talented Shahid Kapoor. Hello, sir.
What's up?
What's up? How you been?
I've been great.
It's clearly a good year for Shahid. Yeah, I interviewed for.
I feel very happy, content. I have no complaints, and yeah, it's a great start. Farzi was a fantastic start to the year. Couldn't have asked for more. We shot it all through COVID. This is that time when all the stuff you did during COVID is releasing. So Farzi was one of them, and then Bloody Daddy is the second one, which I did right in the middle of COVID. And finally, these things are ready and they're coming out. So all these films that you've done at a time like that, because it was very, very challenging. They're very close to you, because you we all really pushed ourselves to make it happen, and it was not very easy, and it was scary for a lot of people, and everybody was very brave to go out there and work and want to do work and make it work, because films get made in a manner which is so all over the place. You're always traveling, you're not in one place, so to set those systems in place and to make it work was really worthy of a lot of applause. For all the people who did it. I mean, I was the last in line because actors always kind of taken care of. But so yeah, Bloody Daddy is my second one this year, and I will have another release this year. So I'm just very happy I've been able to make 3 happen this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Someone asked you about, whether you're feeling bad about this releasing on OTT in that context of it, right? And you and both, I think Ali said that do we in any way look unhappy? I think my question here is that there have been a lot of actors who've gone through the anxiety saying, will I be typecast into being an OTT actor? I will not have a theatrical release. I'll lose my audience. I feel like you've risen above all that anxiety. I'm sure it's still somewhere, it is there, right? But I feel like you found that balance to let things happen the way it is.
It's a mindset thing.
Yeah, which is what I want to know, because there's a fear. Of course, I talk to actors, they mention it also.
Yeah, I get it. I listen to a lot of people, and I think there are a lot of people who are very kind of unsure about it or not very kind of for it. They feel like, nahin, main film mein karunga. Everybody's point of view is their point of view. मेरा चक्कर क्या था ना, मैं जब एक्टर बना था ना, तो मुझे ना एक्टिंग करनी थी, ठीक है. मेरा कोर वो है, मेरे अंदर का जो वो है, वो जानवर, मुझे एक्टिंग दो, मुझे कैरेक्टर्स दो, मुझे रोल्स दो, मुझे वो सब बहुत अच्छा लगता है. सो माय फर्स्ट लालच इज ऑलवेज to get a character where I can do something like really exciting, where I feel like, this is going to be a great part of my filmography. So my first thing is कि अगर वो मिल जाए तो very good, कभी कभी नहीं मिलता, तो कभी कभी second best के लिए भी settle करना पड़ता है, because every day तो best नहीं मिलेगा, but मेरी भूख हुई है, that's what I want to look for, मुझे वही करना है, तो मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मुझे यहाँ पे स्टेज पे खड़ा कर दो, मुझे अच्छा एक कैरेक्टर दे दो, I would love to perform, so deep down that's what my core is made like that. तो I will never let go of a great opportunity. मैं कभी भी मुझे ऐसा लगेगा ना कि यार ये बहुत अच्छा है, फिर उसके बाद अलग बातें होती हैं, ये यहाँ आएगा, इसकी ये स्टार कास्ट है, इसका ये बजट है, वो उतना रिकवरी, वो सब होता है। बट अगर मुझे कुछ बहुत अच्छा लगता है तो मैं कर ले। मैंने यार हैदर फ्री में की थी,
पता है मुझे।
मैंने पैसे नहीं दिए थे, बट मुझे वो फिल्म करनी थी, मुझे वो कैरेक्टर प्ले करना था। मैं लाइफ में कभी फिर से कुछ फ्री में नहीं करूँगा। अब हम सिर्फ फ्री में फिल्म दिखाते हैं, अब हम फ्री में करते नहीं है, दिखाते हैं फ्री में। ये नया है।
I like the nice plug in there.
Yeah, subtle had to happen. It was natural. I didn't push for it. It just slipped it in nicely. But हाँ, तो so और मुझे ये लगता है that a lot of times हमारे आसपास चीजें बदल रही हैं। जो था वो था, जो है वो है, और जो होगा वो होगा। तो अभी जो है उस पर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करते हैं ना, क्योंकि जो होना है वो तो होगा, और वो किसी को नहीं पता वो क्या होने वाला है। और जो हो चुका है वो हो चुका है, वो irrelevant है beyond a point. I think there is merit in working on OTT. There is still the beauty of the big screen will never go away.
Yeah.
And yes, you should be exclusive, and there should be a certain kind of X factor attached to whatever content you come out with. But to decide that theater में होगा, यहाँ नहीं होगा, that I think is little now वो पुरानी बात है. I think we've all moved on from there. And I think people, there is a lot of, वो तो TV में भी हुआ था, when Salman did Big Boss, and when Amit Ji did KBC, everybody said कि ये तो TV कर रहे हैं, and all, but they became more popular. Because you have to reach the audience. I want the audience to watch me. And जितने लोग देखें, that makes me happy, So it's simple. I don't think beyond that.
Fair to share that, and it's amazing because very few actors still are able to reach that state. But is it fair for me to say that you are now in that state that you really don't kind of get crazy about the numbers in box office or otherwise, or viewing numbers?
You want to be successful. You always want whatever you do to be successful. You want more and more people to see it. You want it to be appreciated and loved. You want it to go as far as it can. That desire will never go. But you can't get stuck to numbers. I think because nobody knows how much money a film is going to make. Nobody knows that. You go to the biggest superstar of this country, see the last 15 films they've done. Are they all going to be able to match up to certain numbers? They're not.
Never.
Right? So if you're only aiming for box office, I think creatively you're killing yourself. If you're only thinking creatively and not interested, will my people want to see my film? I think you're being over intellectual and giving yourself too much importance. I think you should survive somewhere in the middle. Let's not be stupid. Let's make content we believe in, and let's try and make the widest audience view that. I mean, that's where I sit in my head.
Because there's a certain kind of the angry young man rage that you've kind of been able to tap in post Kabir Singh. There is that certain thing that the audiences have always said that, no one portrays passion and rage like Shahid. Is there a tendency to go towards that? Because, when Shahid Kapoor is taking that gun in his hand and, going all blazing glory, you see that similar kind of comments saying, he's back at it.
Yeah.
And we like that.
Yeah.
But does that also kind of make you feel like there are chances you might get trapped in that world?
Always. One always has to think like that कि अच्छा अभी मैंने ये किया, अभी मैं ये कर रहा हूँ. See, मैं इंसान तो वही हूँ, मेरी आंखें वही हैं.
बिल्कुल.
मैं कितने 150 एक्सप्रेशन तो नहीं दे सकता. मैं अलग कहानियाँ और अलग कैरेक्टर्स चूज कर सकता हूँ. लेकिन see, let's be very honest, कहीं ना कहीं झलक तो आएगी. वो natural है because it is me, right? Having said that,
which is not a bad thing at all, by the way. It's great.
No, having said that, I am not. See, it's not about showcasing yourself when you do a film.
Sure.
मेरे बारे में लोग क्या सोचते हैं, मैं तो है ही नहीं भाई, वो कैरेक्टर है और वो एक कहानी है, तो उसमें ढल जाओ, उसके अंदर ढल जाओ, उसके अंदर जो होगा वो नेचुरली आने दो, अपने बारे में मत सोचो. That's a very narcissistic, self-oriented way of looking. I will give that film what that film needs from me, what that moment needs from me, what's instinctively coming from inside me, right? And I have waited very long for people to kind of accept me as a man, accept me in an aggressive kind of more manly, more in your face kind of a harder character, because I was usually told that I should do softer roles because I have a boyish face.
Chocolate face
right.
forever.
So I have actually been fighting for that all the way from Kamine onwards. कि यार मुझसे ये मत कराओ. So the fact that this space has opened up for me in itself is fantastic. And technically, this is my first action film. So I haven't really done out and out action like that. I did R. Rajkumar, but that was very massy, different type of thing. So for me, this is taking one step forward in a direction that I'm very happy that I have been able to kind of open up for myself. When you see the film, I think when you see the whole film, then after that, if you ask me questions, I'd be very happy because then you'll have
more
full
context
information.
to it. Like Farzi, may I had context?
Yeah, like, and also I think, see, when I did Kabir Singh, right after that I did Jersey.
You did.
Then I did Farzi. Now I'm doing Bloody Daddy. So this is like, 3 films later almost, right? So, but when people like something a lot, उसकी झलक कहीं भी आती है उस type की, तो लोगों को वो याद आती है. But I think that's a good thing.
It's always a good thing.
I think that's a good thing.
I mean, if that's pulling on the audience and they want to click on it, I mean, hello, why not?
Yeah, and I have not gone for that.
You've not.
I have tried to be true to the character, but the genre kind of somewhere lends itself to that, which I think is good.
Yeah.
You should never try to repeat yourself. I think that is not good. Like knowingly कि ये चलेगा तो मैं फिर से करता हूँ. That I think is not nice.
How have you been able to detach yourself from the social media comment? Like sometimes as actors, do you feel like now मुझे सुनना है, अभी अच्छा है बुरा है, मैं बाद में I'll ask my team about it. But are you curious sometimes to see like when something drops to see, should I go there and
I see everything. एक simple बात करते हैं. आजकल लोगों को ना नेगेटिव बोलना ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है. ओके, ये एक चीज़ पहले ये एक अपने मन में एक ना प्री डिस्पोजिशन बना लो कि जो लोग कमेंट करना चाहते हैं वो वेट कर रहे होते हैं कि मैं क्या बुरा बोलूँ, मैं क्या ऐसे कुछ ना नेगेटिव बोल दूँ. तो प्री डिस्पोजिशन काफ़ी हद तक ऑनलाइन ये है. इसीलिए आई थिंक सोशली भी देयर इज़ अ लॉट ऑफ नेगेटिव काइंड ऑफ एंग्स्टी, नेगेटिव, क्रिटिकल, wanting to put other people down kind of mood that is floating around everywhere.
Which is why people don't want to see
because faceless criticism, there is no like, you don't need to justify it, you can just say what you want and bounce. वो बड़ा आसान हो जाता है.
Exactly.
So वो तो है, but that is I think like a thing that has happened all over society in general. और फिल्मों में क्या है, because it's obviously it's in the limelight, so you want to say something, right? तो वो तो पता है मुझे कि लोग तो वेट कर रहे हैं कुछ नेगेटिव बोलने के लिए. तो वो अगर आप सोच लो कि यार वो है, उसके बीच में अगर कोई लोग अच्छा भी बोल देते हैं तो आपको लगता है यार ये तो कुछ अच्छा कर लिया हम लोगों ने. 10 में से 5-6 कमेंट पॉजिटिव आ गए यार, ये तो कमाल, वी हैव किल्ड इट, बिकॉज 10 में से 8 नेगेटिव तो नॉर्मल है.
The compliments are surprising you now.
No, but honestly, I have noticed that I have fortunately not got huge amounts of negative kind of. वो मेरे साथ थोड़े वक्त से नहीं हुआ है, and I don't know why, but
because maybe they like the content you're putting out.
I hope so.
I'm sure that is
I hope so. I'm trying my best to put out
also
stuff
keeping
which
it
is
real,
fresh,
like
and yes, keeping it real. And so yeah, I think वो भी अभी actors को बंद कर देना चाहिए. They should just be normal. I think people like that, I feel.
I read a comment that cracked me up, and I was still like, oh, that's a good one though. Bloody Daddy feels like John Wick light version. Don't care.
Honestly, beyond मैं सब सुनता हूँ.
मुझे it's interesting and
जो अच्छा लगता है, जो मुझे लगता है रेलेवेंट है, मैं उसको ऑब्जॉर्व कर लेता हूँ. जो मुझे लगता है थोड़ा प्री कंसीव्ड है या शान पट्टी में एक कमेंट मारने वाला एंगल है, उसको मैं इज्जत से बोलता हूँ ठीक है ब्रो. क्योंकि काफ़ी लोग ना, काफ़ी सारे रिव्यूअर्स जो हैं उनको भी पॉपुलैरिटी चाहिए. ठीक है, तो पॉपुलैरिटी के चक्कर में ना जब आप थोड़ी सी ऐसे स्पाइसी बातें करो ना तो लोग ज़्यादा देखते हैं. अभी आप अच्छी सी बातें कर रहे हो तो बियॉन्ड द पॉइंट को इंटरेस्टेड नहीं.
I want to know how you felt going all guns and glory, like I call it, the scene, because I think you were having fun also. Of course, you had that absolutely maniacal expression going on in some parts of you, but I feel I could see you having total fun with it. Tell me about
because
that.
I think me and Ali were a very kind of easy collaboration. I think उसको भी अभी 15-16 साल हो गए हैं, मुझे 20 साल हो गए हैं. So we've kind of been around for a while. We've seen each other's work. I think there is mutual respect. And I felt very comfortable because I like the way he does his action. And even more than that, इस film के अंदर we wanted to get edgier, grittier, more hand to hand, very in the moment, not like you're sitting in the audience and seeing something happen which feels like a show, like more like you feel like you're in there, right? और मुझे उस तरह का action personally बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Also, it is very emotion driven action. It's not kind of like a spectacle. It's more you're traveling with the mood of the character, right? So everything is coming from a place of urgency or a place of desperation or a place of frustration and anger because you're invested in that situation, and I really enjoy that as an actor. So yes, I had a really good time, but I got tired as hell because we shot the whole film in 36 days and it has, I think, 1, 2, 3 or 4 big action sequences. So it was like we had to do everything fast.
people who've been asking, oh, are we really want Shahid in this romantic, cute role? I don't know cute, but I know that is happening with Kriti. You have that love story happening
Yeah.
there. There's a question about the fact that you might star in Rowdy Rathore too, and I thought that was interesting. Is that true at all?
No, that's not true.
That is not true at all. So on that note, I want to know, is because we were also in the beginning talking about how much we really enjoy Ritik's performances in Kaho Na Pyare, I want to know, have you ever truly thought of a dance movie? Because I know people have really come to you with that. I've heard. I know that.
I don't know about a dance movie, but every film I'm doing now, the next 3 at least will have me dancing in them for sure.
There you go.
Starting with the film I've done with Kriti.
You are giving it what they've been asking for.
Yeah, I want to do it myself. I've been
yourself.
missing it myself, you know. I told myself, I told my team, I was like, guys, abhi, we have to do songs, we have to dance. You know, kya ho raha hai? It's been 5 or 6 years, I've not done anything. So I really want to do it.
You know, last time we spoke about how you kind of feel a little scared about the fact that children are growing up and now they'll kind of understand, see the world that you're a part of and see that, oh, dad's a huge star and all of that. It was really nice to see the two of you in the stadium though.
Right now, my kids are fans of cricketers, okay? So it's Surya Kumar Yadav and Virat Kohli. You know, so they are fanboying, especially Zain is fanboying them right now. And I'm loving it because that's, you know, it's normal. Like even when I was a kid, I was a huge fan of cricket and of cricket players. So I'm like, हाँ, इसके अंदर मेरा खून है, इसे भी cricket अच्छा लग रहा है. I'm loving it.
Validated.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
But is this fear still valid? What are you fearful of? Like, how do you want them to grow up as, you know, as something?
See, the minute you become a parent, a little bit of worrying comes naturally with the job, you know, because you feel more responsible. You are in a place where you have some amount of control of what happens with your child. Not all, but you have some control, right? So you want to be able to do the best job that you can.
Yeah.
You know? And then you have to be real about your truth. What are the positives and negatives in your life? What are the factors that can be overwhelming, which are a part of your reality? What are the factors that you know, can maybe make a child not feel completely kind of comfortable or whatever, right? So as an actor, you have those thoughts in your head and you want to balance it out as much as you can. And I think every parent will always want to protect their child. तो वो तो जाएगा नहीं कभी, और वो मेरे अंदर तो भर के है, because I am very family oriented.
Of course you are.
You know, so I am protective by nature.
So Meera's the cool one, clearly.
Yeah, of course. I
like
mean,
the good cop, bad cop. I have a feeling.
I am actually more the good cop because I say yes to everything.
Really?
That my kids say.
I
and
wouldn't guess
Meera is the one who actually sometimes has to say no.
She takes up the bad cop.
She sometimes has to, and also it's a mother's instinct. You know, actually, माँ ना कुछ गलत होने नहीं देती. वो बच्चा रो रहा हो या नहीं रो रहा हो, she'll always choose what's better for the child. पापा जो होते हैं थोड़े से ना फिसल जाते हैं. Especially my daughter can, and even actually Zain now, they both know how to, you know, get what they want from
you.
Yeah, they do.
They figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, can I also just like mention that you really cracked me up when you tried to explain what like daddy and the meaning of dad. Shahid.
I said, I'm your daddy. उसने पूछा था, why this word daddy? I was like, yaar, abhi picture dekh lo yaar. But you know, at press conferences, I think it's more fun being a little tongue-in-cheek. People have become so safe and boring now. Yeah, you should just be able to speak freely and have fun. And my favorite part of promotions is press conferences, which happen with everybody, because it feels nice. It's fun, man.
Like a boss.
So I just repeated what the internet says.
But it's cool. So it's pretty. For now, you are the bloody daddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Owning it completely.
Yeah, like Pedro Pascal had to for a while keep on saying everybody called him daddy. You might have to go through that for a while.
Free में आ रही पिक्चर देख ले.
देख लेना उसके बाद bloody daddy बुला देना मुझे है ना. Okay, I'm going to end it by asking some fun questions. Shahid, are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, what are the funniest nicknames that your children call you now when they couldn't understand what to call you?
I shouldn't say it.
Why? It's funny, please.
They went through this phase where they called me Poo Poo Papa. I said it.
You said it.
I know I'm daddy.
But it's not personal at all. It's just fun things children say.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
That's what I live with. Can you handle it?
It sure did.
Yeah.
Okay. An action film that you hope that one day you can, like, we can replicate, or we can even do better than that.
Replicate never. I would never say replicate. Great question. सी क्या है, इंडियन सिनेमा इज इंडियन सिनेमा है ना. तो अगर हम बोलेंगे वो इंसेप्शन बना लो या ये कर लो, वो अलग तरह की फिल्में हैं, वो अलग ऑडियंस है, हमारी ऑडियंस अलग है. तो मैं हिंदुस्तानी फिल्मों की बात करूँगा. शोले आई थिंक वाज अ amazing western, you know. So and I think like we should make cinema for which talks about mass rural India. I think like that's where the big screen audience is at. And you know, I think we need to make movies about them more. So I would love to do a rural action film.
Here, please, all of them. And if you get his dates, I have no idea. I'm sure he's
अच्छी पिक्चर ले आओ, मैं dates निकाल के दे दूँगा.
Really? पर अच्छी बातें सुनिए. Actor busy होना बुरा कभी नहीं हो सकता है.
Only thing that matters is how you feel when we meet.
Yeah, of course. High five. Okay, on that note, quickly finish this. What is one thing that you're fearful as an actor in your journey?
Of repeating myself or of kind of becoming irrelevant. You know, my biggest fear is that if people can start guessing my patterns as an actor, कि मैं next क्या करने वाला हूँ. That's why I don't think I have too many mannerisms. Like I run away from mannerisms that people can associate and say शायद ऐसा करता है. You know, I run away from that. I'm sure eventually I will have a few. We're all human, but I try my best to not, you know, do that.
There's a
like I'll tell you something very interesting. Like when I was doing Kabir Singh, Sandeep came to me and you know, he told me, he said, you know, Shahid, when you get angry, sometimes you keep your eyes open and you don't blink sometimes because you're so intensely kind of. And he said that I've seen you do that in Udta Punjab. Let's try and avoid it in this film. And I think it was the best thing that he said to me. You know, because I immediately got it. You know, I was like, हाँ ये, because you know, एक बार something makes impact ना, फिर वो मन में रह जाती है. So you have to try and break those kind of patterns, and we all have them, right? So I try very hard to not kind of repeat myself.
Your take on remakes versus original?
Make it really bloody well, and make a original film, even though it might be a remake, in the sense that don't try and Xerox copy it. Relive it. You know, if the story and the script and the character is deserving of being viewed by a wider audience, if I may say so, or a different audience, why not? You know, why not? I mean, Shakespeare said nothing's left to be said or written. It's all been said or written before, right?
Yeah, so absolutely. So, on that note, a Shahid Kapoor movie that you hope never gets remade.
Shahid, I don't know. I mean, yeah,
or
please.
A song or a movie that you hope that never gets remade.
Why make it? Yeah, I don't have. I would love to see somebody else's take. Why not? Let other people decide that. Like I might feel like that about some other film.
You feel that about some other film?
Yeah, like you shouldn't try and remake a film like Titanic, maybe, or you should not try and remake a film like Diwar, maybe. Like, you know, these are films that maybe it's difficult to remake them, but why not? Give it a shot. Not? If you're ready for the criticism, give it a shot. It takes a lot of guts to pick up a film that has been loved and to make it again, especially today where there are no lines, where internet has kind of, everybody knows everything that's happening. It actually really gutsy to do it. If you have the guts,
you know you're going to get brickbacks.
It's not safe anymore. It's actually quite difficult.
So try making a good remake, isn't it, Chen?
Why not?
Why not? On that note, thank you so much. It was always fun chatting with you.
Awesome.
So well done.
Awesome. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.